I'll tell you, I think we're 2 for 2 on these so far. This is really, you could hand this to me and say, here you go, Rich, here's a hazy IPA. It's a little more West Coast, it's got some bitterness or whatever. I'd be like, okay, I'm happy with this.
Inspired by the adventures of our nurses, therapists, and techs, A Beer with Atlas is the only healthcare traveling, craft beer drinking podcast. Each week, we'll open a few beers, talk about the brewery and the style of beer, and then dive into some research curated specifically for each episode. In the end, we hope each one sounds like a conversation you'd have with your friends while enjoying a few cold ones.
Welcome to another non-alcoholic episode of A Beer with Atlas. I'm Rich.
I'm sober.
I'm sober with you, buddy.
Kind of sad about it.
I am too. Week 2 of non-alcoholic beers to support our friend Brian.
We're still here
in his journey to, I don't know, lose a couple lbs.
Yeah, just to see if I could.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine. Look,
that's it.
I applaud you.
I'll just say, when it's time for the real beers to come back, oh god, they're gonna be so good.
I'm gonna off microphone. I'm gonna tell you about a beer I'm gonna pick up when I'm going to Colorado this week.
Oh,
that
okay.
I'm super excited about. I'll just talk about it here. Odell and Weldworks have a collab that comes out as of recording this week.
Yeah,
and it tastes like Lucky Charms. It's a stout that tastes like Lucky Charms.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's probably non-alcoholic, right?
No, oh, absolutely, yeah.
Cool.
It's just like cereal. You can feed it to your children. Don't do
Nice.
that. Don't.
Loudmouth soup. Wow. All right. Well, here's the sound.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh.
That almost sounded like nitro, maybe.
Well, it sounded good to me.
Yeah.
Let's one more time here. Yeah, it's a little nitro maybe clicking. Oh.
Fun fact, I've had this beer.
Have you?
Yeah. I already know what I think about it.
Interesting. Okay. I think my wife just said, "What's the password to Disney Plus?" What does she want to go watch some Star Wars movies?
Probably she wants to watch Free Guy.
Oh, Free Guy, yeah.
Shirtless Ryan Reynolds. That'll do it.
Yeah, every time.
All the time.
All the time. Even in Deadpool.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, I don't care. Whatever. Give it to me. Athletic Brewing Company. That's what this is. It's called Free Wave, which is why I thought of Free Guy.
Free Guy. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Hazy IPA. Now, I've poured mine in a glass, and Rich has as well. Dolan is thinking about it. It's not exactly hazy. It's not like a true hazy that we would, consider. But it does have some color. It does look like an IPA. So, here's what I got for us to start with. Free shipping on their website.
Okay.
If you buy 2 6-packs.
Really?
2% of all their sales goes back into this charity fund they use to refurbish and fix up and maintain trails systems. So hiking, biking. They're very much, as the name says, athletic. They're into being active. That's kind of their whole reason and their drive to making these kind of beers.
Oh, and their website is all about it.
Yeah,
it
looks like was cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed their website.
It looks like a Lululemon ad, though, quite honestly. Look, I'm not making fun of them. That's exactly what I thought.
I wish I could wear those pants. Anyway.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
You could.
Not in public. Not until after these NA beers are done. $1.5 million is where they're at right now currently. They have a running counter on their website.
Okay.
This is money that they've given back. They have, how some craft brewers have seltzer lines? We've talked about those.
Yeah.
Well, they have a non-alcoholic sparkling water line.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's
All
kinda,
right.
I would assume like a LaCroix or something.
Sure.
I don't know. Whoever makes that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they have those things. I think there was lemon, lime, raspberry, citrus, all citrusy ones, orange.
Sure. Yeah.
That was their other thing that they do.
Yeah.
Main thing is beer. This is, as far as I could tell, craft. We'll use the real term there. Beer.
It says it on the can.
Says it on the can.
Craft brews.
And that's different than most NAs that we find. At least this is the only one I can find that's readily available around here. And they make different styles. That's why I've heard about them, is because they actually have like choices. So they must be limiting as far as size of their batches go, but they make all different ones. So I'm going to run down just a few of them here in a little bit, but I wanted to tell you more about the website stuff that I found. They have a monthly subscription box, which are kind of a big thing now. Like, there's a meal kit ones, and there's like meat packaging one. They'll send you like a butcher box, and there's I know there's one that's like a man box. It comes with like a knife, and it has like beard stuff and soap, and they send you something like there's a whole subscription model.
Okay.
Aaron Daly has one for like nerd stuff.
Yep.
That sort of thing. So they have that too. So it's kind of like a beer club. They send every month. You get, when they make a new beer, you're the first people to get that beer. They ship it first before it's in the store.
Yep.
So whenever their new releases happen, they actually have seasonals. That's what you'd get sent because they do have that sort of stuff. When you buy stuff, you get a 10% discount on everything, including merchandise. And they have exclusive stuff only the members can have. So it is like what you'd see at like a normal brewery, a membership club, a mug club or whatever.
Right.
They have that. This one I thought was kind of cool. I'd never seen this anywhere else. A Stork subscription gift box. So for people that are going to have a baby.
Yeah.
So they send 9 months of NA beers.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
They send a book, the ABC's book, Adventure, and it has all about beer, but it's also like outdoorsy stuff and kind of fun. And then they have a branded onesie comes with it. So if you know somebody that's into beer and they're going to have a baby, maybe this is something that you can do, because I'd never seen it anywhere else before, and that's kind of a cool idea. What do you think? You're into a couple drinks now?
I'm a couple drinks into it. The first, I thought, well, this doesn't taste. It's maybe a little more piney than a West Coast, or a hazy IPA, I guess. It's more West Coast than it would be East Coast. I can see why it's hazy, though. I don't mind it. It's good. I think it's good.
As far as I know, and as far as I've had, this is the closest I've find to an NA beer that is like an IPA. Yeah. That actually tastes like an IPA. It looks like an IPA. It smells like an IPA. Mm-hmm. There is some bitterness. So if you're one of those that only likes juicy, fruity IPAs,
it's not for you. This is not for you.
This is probably not for you.
No.
But if you're not drinking alcohol and you want an IPA, then this is for you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I think so too. Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on it. This is one I have purchased twice.
Oh.
Mostly because I tried it and I was like, this is good. We're going to have that on the podcast.
Where did you find this? Do you find it at a regular grocery store?
Yep.
Okay.
I did not buy online because here's why. It was super expensive. Super duper expensive.
Well,
that's probably why it's free shipping.
Yeah.
You better, if you're going to get it shipped, you better buy a lot of them because it was $4 cheaper at the store than it was online.
Wow. Well, I mean, it makes up for the shipping costs. Then.
Now, there was only
building it in.
2 brands, or 2 flavors, 2 kinds, 2 styles. There's the word I'm looking for. There's 2 styles at the store, and online there was a whole lot more. So if there's some specific thing you really want, you might have to go that online route.
Yep.
If you want to get the wit beer or the sour.
I saw they made a sour. Yeah, that's interesting.
But if you're looking for a pale ale, amber, I think they had a Hefeweizen, and this, then you're good. I would go to the store for this.
So when I did my 4 months dry, right? This was always in my fridge.
It was. This one right here, the hazy?
I bought, I think, maybe 3 different 6-packs of them. And I enjoyed it a lot. And I still do. It really does taste like an IPA. Like NA, IPA, all the way.
Mm-hmm. It's got like there is a bitterness at the end. There's like some graininess to it, like like wheat-ish. I think it's a wheat-ish beer that they've dry hopped and made it like an IPA. So that's my guess. I don't know that for sure, but that's what it tastes like to me. But the can has cool artwork and like the design is really cool. I mean, it looks like a craft beer, and it pours like it, and it smells like it, and it tricks me enough that I enjoyed it.
Here's so we talked about it a little bit last week. The calorie count on this.
Yes,
70 calories.
Yes,
in this 1 gram of protein.
It's like an energy bar.
This is a meal replacement
Hey.
right here.
It is for me.
Yeah.
1
Interesting.
gram of protein.
I'm going to hit you with a stat here
All right.
that may surprise you.
Okay.
Maybe. This came right off their website.
Oh, okay.
This brewery, Athletic Brewing Company, currently holds 61% market share of the craft non-alcoholic beer market. 61%.
I mean, I'll believe you because I didn't know that was a market. I've never seen anywhere else.
Yep.
But you do when you go into the grocery store here. Like, they have their own little section of
These
different
guys.
NAs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's like, I don't know. I remember about 3 or 4 different kinds when I saw them at the Hy-Vee up the street.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's where I found this as well.
So, because of that, they've garnered some attention.
Okay.
So, from some celebrities.
Oh, okay.
People in athletics.
Okay.
So not obviously because athletic brewing, right? But no, people you could drink it and still be at the top of your game,
Sure.
or whatever. Their current round of investors include J.J. Watt,
Oh.
Wow.
Justin Tuck, David Chang. Does the name David Chang sound familiar?
Chef. He's a chef.
Momofuku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the founder of Momofuku.
Momofuku.
Fuku.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry. Lance Armstrong.
I remember him.
Yeah, I remember him.
He has money.
He does. And Tom's Shoe founder, Blake McCoskey.
Tom's Shoes.
Tom's Shoes.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, Tom's Shoes.
Okay.
I thought you were going to go right into Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. No.
JJ Watt.
JJ Watt and Justin Tuck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so
Crazy.
I mean, they've got some high profile investors.
Yeah. I mean, it must have been a good business model, right? To
I
get
guess.
investors like that.
Yeah.
'Cause those guys aren't putting their name on anything. That's just anything.
Yep.
As far as the website goes, they cannot ship to. We talked about this a while ago, but we couldn't ship, or we could ship some things. So I found this on their website. So if you're in Georgia, Michigan, Mississippi, Idaho, Kansas, those are all fairly restrictive liquor law license states. Oh yeah, and Nebraska.
They can't ship to us?
No, cannot ship it here. So get you a friend in Council Bluffs or whatever you need to do, and if you need to order it, then do it that way. But you can buy it in the store. I don't know why that is, but that's how it is. Here's some of the beers I wrote down off their website. Some of these they had on tap. They do have 2 tap rooms.
Okay. Yeah. Stratford, Connecticut, San Diego, California.
Yeah, so they're on both coasts, which is cool. I don't know anything about Stratford, Connecticut, but San Diego's a nice beer town. Light copper beer. Cerveza Atletica, it's called.
Ooh.
They have a golden ale. It's called Upside Dawn.
Upside Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can get up early in the morning, I guess.
Yeah.
Their straight IPA is called Run Wild. This one we have the Hazy. Free Wave.
Free Wave, yeah.
Extra dark. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a porter or stout.
Okay.
All Out, it's called. And I had a night sky on it, from I remember right. Here's one you'd probably like. It's called Trailblazer. It's a hoppy Helles.
Oh, I would like that.
And that's also a Pink Boots beer, which we talked about
a couple weeks back.
ago.
Yeah.
So that's one they did there. They have a beer called Soul. That is their like Flanders style sour beer, I believe.
Yum.
Wit's Peak is a wit beer. They have another IPA, Sunset Stroke.
Okay.
Or is it Stoke? I can't read my handwriting. They have a dark beer. You know, some people say, I don't like dark beer. Well, they do. Lodge Life. And then they have a brown, which they call Irish Red. So it must be that style.
Okay.
And that's a seasonal.
Interesting.
Excuse me.
I love a good Irish Red.
You know, I am a sucker for some merchandise.
Sure.
And these guys had it.
Their cans are cool, though.
The cans are cool.
Their artwork's nice.
They had prints of the, like, real cheap, like $15 or something for a print. And they had 4 different designs.
Okay.
So if you like this sort of like minimalistic design, but it's nature, it's pretty cool. I like it. The only way I think they called it this, or I wrote it in parentheses, Quad-tastic. They have men's short shorts.
Oh,
branded.
Yikes.
Like 1984 basketball shorts.
Yeesh.
Something called a goggle sock.
What?
It's to put your goggles in for when you go skiing and you're done and they don't get scratched up. So it's like a little bag. Think of the Crown Royal bag, but to put your goggles in.
Okay.
A goggle sock.
All right.
They had tech gloves, it's the kind that you wear and you can still scroll on.
Oh, yeah.
On
when it's cold
Tinder
outside,
or whatever you want to do. Yep. A rumple bag, which I had never heard of.
Rumple bag.
So it looks like a sleeping bag. You unroll it.
Okay.
And it's waterproof, and it has their can design on it.
Oh.
So I feel like you're out sitting at a campfire or whatever, and
that's pretty sweet.
You need a little heat. And they're hoodies. They had hoodies. Now, you've seen hoodies at breweries. You've probably bought one. I have. Maybe you have. They're usually expensive. Like a hoodie at a brewery is like $80.
Right.
These were $27, which I wrote down.
Wow.
They also had cycling stuff, like the jerseys, and they had a hat that you'd wear. Running sleeves. So I guess if you run outside and you're cold and you wear this.
Oh, the sleeves, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd never seen those branded for beer before. Collapsible tumblers. You go camping and you want your cup to pack, fit in there. You squeeze it down.
Yep.
And then their posters that they had were pretty cool. We talked about in the last episode about Heineken and who they sponsor and what sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. These guys are in that game too. They have a little lower profile sponsorships though, because they're not Heineken dollars.
Yep.
But they are the partners of the USA Triathlon and Ironman competitions.
Jeez. And
AVP volleyball tournament, like the league, whatever that is. So I think that's like professional, right? Sand volleyball, maybe. So they are very picky and choosy when it comes to their sponsors because it's all athletics and
of course,
active stuff.
Yeah.
They have a podcast. Did you see that?
I did see that. Yeah.
I didn't hear it yet. I haven't listened, but it's called Without Compromise.
I added it to my list.
Which I assume is a nice little wink on their can. It says brew without compromise. So that's what we've got.
I like it.
I found my sparkling water notes. Let's see if my memory was good. Lemon lime, blood orange, mango, grapefruit, which is their seasonal, and black cherry. Well, probably pretty good if you're into that seltzery, watery sort of stuff.
Yeah, I would definitely try that.
And then this beer specifically, Amarillo and Chinook hops, which is why we're getting that bitterness. Those are more like West Coasty hops. Those are old school hops.
Yep.
They did make this with a wheat base and then hopped it, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what we're getting for, I think, some of that body.
Well, I think you can definitely tell in the color of it. It's, for sure.
The first time they had this online, it sold out in 1 minute. Really? They're like, oh, maybe this shouldn't be a seasonal. Maybe this should be in our wheelhouse all the time. And that's what they did.
Yep.
And I had some notes on my phone for something else to talk about here in a minute. So let me find that. But you can talk about what you've got. I actually
wrote down the U.S. trial. I totally forgot I wrote that down. They're the official NA beer sponsor of the Wells Fargo Center and Nationwide Arena. Which I thought that's interesting.
Where's that?
You can go to, I assume it's on the West Coast. I assume they're like San Diego area. So you can go there and have a NA beer if you want.
It's interesting that at least all the research I was doing and some of the trial and error, we'll say, about NA beers.
Yeah.
Like nothing I could find had a tap room.
No, I didn't. I couldn't find that either.
Roll up and get these anywhere. Mm-mm. So I don't know. It's as far as market goes. I couldn't find any information on like how big it is or how much money is spent. Maybe they don't like to share that information. Maybe. I don't know, but
it's entirely possible because of their high level investors. They don't publicize that kind of thing.
Could be.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think in an article I was reading, and this might be totally wrong, and if it is, whatever. I just said it anyway. They're a top, maybe a 10 craft brewer in size now.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
Just by volume and stuff. I think they have moved in, and they're strictly NA beers. They don't make any regular beers. Now, last week we talked about how you make NA beers, which was either make a beer, boil it off, and then strain it, or you don't let those bonds create in the beginning. They said they have some other way to do it.
Oh.
It's very proprietary. They will not say what it is. I bet even if you ask nicely, they won't tell you.
Probably not.
But it's not one of those two methods.
I'm going to guess
Allegedly.
it has something to do with science.
I would think so, too. The guy was like, did you read the story about why he created it? Do you have that information?
I did not read that, no.
I read it, and it was something like he wanted to make a beer for people that like wanted to have another beer or have a beer, but just they didn't want it to feel weird, or they didn't want to ruin their day or whatever. But they were out with their friends that were having beers, so they were like, "Well, I like beer, but I don't want to have the ill effects of beer," and that's what led him down this path to making these styles of beer.
He wanted to be able to drive home safely.
Sure, or like actually get some of the things on the list done on Saturday. That sort of deal. Whatever. Those people are
overrated.
Not my favorite.
As overrated.
All right. So the other thing I have for us, I wanted to find out if there's any information about the name. Because
Athletic Brewing Company?
Well, the name of the beer, Free Wave.
Free Wave, okay.
So I was like, that sounds familiar, kind of. And I was like, it's got to be something to do with something, right? They didn't just randomly pick it.
Right.
And then the only thing I could find, and I took a picture of it because it was so much to write down. I knew I wouldn't be able to read my handwriting. It's going to feel like you're drunk when you listen to me read this because it makes no sense to me.
All right, I'm gonna get ready. Okay,
it has something to do with the ocean, right? So I'm guessing like some sort of surf thing, but also some other items. A free wave. Any wave not acted upon by any external force except for the initial force that created it. A wave solution satisfying a homogeneous equation of motion and homogeneous boundary conditions. So you start the wave and it goes and never hits anything, or nothing ever pushes it along. It just has its initial force of what started the wave.
That sounds too smart. Yeah, that sounds too smart.
Well, don't worry, it gets worse.
No.
In a system with no imposed forces, a free wave has zero amplitude at the boundaries of the system.
Like the alcohol content in this beer.
There you go. The phase speed, wavelength, etc. of the free wave or waves are characteristics of the system. A simple example, thank you, I like simple,
please,
of such wave is in meteorology, is a billow cloud layer over level ground. So if you see a cloud, it's just a flat, straight cloud that just sits there, doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't move. It has really no shape. It just looks like a straight line.
Huh.
That's this because it doesn't have anywhere to go. It's not being pushed or pulled or anything. It's just created. It's there, and that's it.
Interesting.
In a steady state solution, free waves have arbitrary amplitude. They may be specified by initial conditions to determine the solution completely. A free wave on a water surface is one created by a sudden impulse, thereafter influenced only by friction. The dimensions of the basin and the dispersive characteristics of the water medium it moves on. Most ocean surface waves, except tidal waves, are free waves.
Okay.
So they just start, and then that's it.
And that's it. The only thing stopping it is friction.
Yes.
Just, okay.
And that's what this beer is named after.
Oh.
And I thought, okay, whatever. I'm just going to read that.
I
still don't understand it.
Really smart to me. I don't know. Yeah. I almost wish there was alcohol in this beer now after you read that.
I told you.
I know. You're right.
That's good stuff.
I'll tell you, I think we're 2 for 2 on these so far. This is really, you could hand this to me and say, here you go, Rich, here's a hazy IPA. It's a little more West Coast. It's got some bitterness or whatever. I'd be like, okay, I'm happy with this.
Yeah. I mean, they'd call it a hazy IPA. That's great. To me, I would almost call it more of a hoppy wheat beer. That's what I get.
I'd almost maybe go more pale ale, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe a juicy pale or something. Maybe it's, so you know what you're getting into.
It has hops, and it tastes good. And
I like it a lot.
All I care about. I bought it twice so far.
Yeah.
Did you have any of the other flavors, Dolan? Any of the other
They
kinds?
have, is it a porter.
I think they have that, or I think that's the one they call a dark or whatever.
Or the dark or whatever, yeah. So that was the other one that I had from them.
Interesting.
I don't know if I untapped them, though. So
I saw in the wild the wit beer, the IPA, the straight IPA.
Maybe it was the
one.
wit that I had.
I'd be concerned that the wit would have a little too much Hefeweizen flavor to it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah. I mean, that's the style they're going for. So
Yeah.
if it's not something you like, you probably wouldn't like this one.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, no, I had the all-out stout.
There you go.
And, yeah, so the all-out stout and then this one are the only ones that I had.
All out stout. How was it? Do you remember?
I don't.
Well, it must not have been terrible.
Maybe
'cause I
I-
remember that.
No?
Let's see.
Hey, what's the worst
Let me
beer
check
you've
it
ever
out.
had?
Oh, gosh.
The worst
Bush
beer?
NA.
Oh,
Bush NA, I think, is the worst beer I've
Wow.
ever had. It really, I
it
tried.
really hurt your heart, didn't
It
it?
did. It did.
What's the worst
alcoholic
Yeah,
beer I've
beer
ever
you've
had?
ever had?
Beer.
Mine is Sippin' Pretty, Odell.
Ooh, really?
I cannot.
Really?
I can't do it.
I have a sipping pretty stemware glass and a hat.
I love the can art.
Uh-huh.
I want to love the beer. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
That's still that or Jam Band. Who does Jam Band?
Boulevard.
Yeah.
Boulevard.
I like that one.
Those
That
are the
one's
two
fine.
that I can't.
That's tough. I don't... Oh, gosh.
Not for me. Shell's Winter Storm.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Never-
It was so bad.
Bad.
Like,
Like a bad batch or just bad in general?
I don't know. It was real bad. It didn't smell great. It had like a piney smell. It wasn't an IPA. It was supposed to be more like a winter beer. And we bought a 6-pack. And me and my father-in-law, we couldn't even drink one. One.
Yeesh.
And we can drink some beers.
Yeah.
And usually we spur each other on to drink more than one beers. And this one, and guess what? There's still 2 of them left. And this is years ago. I kind of want to open it and see what
See if it
What happened?
changed. Maybe.
maybe it magically got better.
You know, I'm gonna go. It's a local beer here, and I won't say their name. It's not. It's not
Redacted.
important. Yeah, but the beer is called Pre-Prohibition Lager. I dislike that immensely.
Really?
Immensely.
What about it?
Everything, flavor, smell. The fact that it really has nothing to do with pre-prohibition. Like I don't even. Maybe they tried to use
was
a
their recipe, maybe.
Recipe, but it's just I don't know.
Have you had it recently?
Nah, no, I've
Like
stayed
since
away.
you've been...
Back on the lager and pilsners kick.
Yeah, I would invite you to try it again.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe it's changed.
Maybe I'll give it a shot. There's a couple different Odell beers too. The Odell double IPA that tastes like straight pine cones.
Oh, I love that one. Mercenary?
Mercenary. Holy smokes! It's like eating pine cones.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, like cuts your mouth up a little bit. It's like Captain Crunch because it's so hoppy. That's so good.
That's just not for me.
The place across the street from Rotella.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what I was
Because
talking about.
I haven't had anything I really. And in fact, when I was there, because we did like a little bar crawl or whatever, the bartender was like, or beer tender, whatever, was like, hey, I asked her, what's your favorite? You know, just because I don't really drink the beer from here, kind of just curious. And she's like, well, my favorite is when you take these two and mix them, or if you take these two and mix them.
Oh. You gotta like make
Either you have to doctor it up or she's next level. It's either one.
Maybe,
One or the other.
maybe.
I don't know. But that's my experience.
Well, here's as far as I'm concerned. We're like I said, we're 2 for 2 on these. This is a great beer.
Yeah.
I would not be sad if I ordered this at a restaurant.
This is one that, as far as I know, is worthy of pouring it in the glass. The other one I drank out of the bottle
yeah.
last week. This time, in the glass.
We'll see if we keep going. All right. Untapped on this one, 6,500 check-ins.
That's quite a few.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad at all. And I will spoiler it with it's not nearly as bad as last week.
So we don't have to go in the twos.
No.
I'll dip my toe at 3.29.
Okay.
I just looked it up
there we
because I
go.
was trying to see if
had it before.
if I untapped it.
Yep.
and I never did. So
What are you going to rate it?
Yeah, what would you rate it?
what would I rate it? It's a 4 for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Untapped 3.53.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad for 6,500 check-ins.
Compared
you know
to
what
last week, and it was a good beer last
Right.
week, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think here's the thing with this: if you're getting a hazy IPA, you want something out of it that is a hazy IPA, and if we're questioning maybe it tastes more like this instead, that would give it the lower rating.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
I think if you're purchasing this or drinking this, you've had a real hazy IPA in your life.
That's exactly it.
You know what I mean? And you're really wanting that juicy burst of stuff.
Yep.
And you're going to be a little bit let down.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, you're very happy to have this beer. If you're me.
If you're not right, it gives you what you need. But like you said last
Yes.
week, it tricks your brain.
Yes, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm very pleased with this one.
Okay, 2 for 2. Let's go. Next week. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3. Do we know next week what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad you do. So.
I do. I think it's from Germany actually.
Oh. Okay. I'm excited for this then.
Yeah.
They make NA beers in Germany.
Yeah.
I figured they could only get stronger in Germany, but
Yeah.
We got the German purity laws, man.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Just gotta boil it longer. That's all, I guess.
There you go.
All right, fellas, we're not going anywhere for a while.
Let's have another NA beer.
Thank you for listening to A Beer with Atlas. Special thanks to our brand team for producing the show. Each episode of A Beer with Atlas is powered by Atlas MedStaff, an industry leader in travel healthcare staffing.